Welcome to the Pantless podcast. And now your hosts, Austin and Travis. Take it away, guys.
Hey, what's going on?
Oh gosh,
Hey,
that was so fast.
What?
Welcome
Welcome back to the Pantless podcast.
episode 6.
I
We're
don't even know.
almost.
I didn't even
I'm
look.
assuming it's episode 6.
Whoa.
I don't know, but we're almost done with the season already.
Almost done. Whoa, what's going on, man?
I missed you.
Only saw you
right?
earlier today.
Yeah, we almost had lunch together, kind of, but
almost.
I missed you. Got stopped by a fan. They were talking about the podcast. They were talking about some movies
our only fan.
You know who you are. I'm calling you a fan. You might hate us, but he suggested we watch a movie. We've already got next week movie planned out, but maybe we can talk about his movie after that. I don't know. Figure it out.
I guess I'll get into this now because only us know about it, because only us talked about it. The movie that I suggested that was a Breaking the Rules movie, not on Netflix anymore.
Oh, really? That is not on Netflix. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't think I would have probably...
None of his movies.
Whoa, did he get canceled? What happened? What happened?
I don't know. I haven't researched, but I want to go find... I'll go ahead and
give it up. We can't watch it, so...
If you haven't seen this and you're listening or watching, watch these movies. Stephen Chow's Shaolin Soccer, Kung Fu Hustle, or The Mermaid. We were talking about Kung Fu Hustle, which is probably one of my favorite spoof movies of all time. The movie is amazing. Did you know, Austin, that the writer-director of that movie, Stephen Chow, also produced the movie? His main job, what he does for a living, writes children's books.
Really?
He writes Cantonese. I think that's the Chinese Cantonese. That's probably two different places. I don't know. I'm getting canceled right now, but he writes children's books over in China. Or he used to. I haven't heard anything from him in years.
Oh, interesting.
I want to say, let me look this up.
But yeah,
because I would love to be wrong, but...
Why would you love to be wrong? That would be awesome if he wrote children's books. His movies are fantastic. They are just, I don't know, crazy, off the wall, amazing. I don't know how you would describe it, but they're great.
The dude is something else. He wrote I think the last movie he made was The Mermaid in 2016.
Okay.
He made King of Comedy in 99. Shaolin Soccer was made before Kung Fu Hustle. I always forget this.
Really? I didn't know that. I thought Shaolin Soccer was the second one.
Shaolin Soccer was 2001 and Kung Fu Hustle was 2004.
Okay.
But what's funny is they both practically have the same cast.
Right.
It's like the same 7 people that are in both those movies. And I think most of those guys are also in The Mermaid.
Really? I haven't seen The Mermaid.
The Mermaid's a little weird. And to say that about one of his movies is it's like, oh, well, I've seen Kung Fu Hustle. How weird can this get?
Right.
But The Mermaid, it's almost like, wow, I don't know if I can watch that. But it's not inappropriate. It's just, I don't know. I don't want to give the movie away.
Okay. So, watch The Mermaid. Note to self.
Look up Stephen Chow and watch all of his. I think he's only got 4 movies. Or he may have more. Those are the ones that I know that he's made.
Well, do you want to jump into the movie that we watched? We'll start our retro movie review.
Retro movie review.
Let's do it.
Heck, Under Siege. I thoroughly enjoyed this movie.
And I have to tell you, okay, I was going in expecting a super cheesy 90s action film. And it was actually a pretty good movie. I thought it wasn't as cheesy as I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be a little bit more. It was still 90s action. There was a lot of explosions.
Oh, yeah.
There was a lot of, butt kicking, people getting shot. There was a lot of that, but I was expecting it to be kind of over the top and cheesy, but this was actually pretty well done. It was pretty well done.
I think this was one of his more serious ones where they're not going super cheesy with it. I forgot how awesome of a role that Tommy Lee Jones has in this movie.
Yeah, he was phenomenal. He was great.
this was like his precursor to his Two-Face role in Batman Returns.
Right? I can see that, yeah.
Because he was started out as a happy-go-lucky guy, you know, all smiles, and then freaking crazy at the end, and then
right. Yeah, Gary Busey was great too.
Just a freaking nut bar the whole movie.
But he was
like as soon as he rolls up on screen, you know that's the bad guy because it's Gary Busey.
Right. But I was actually really impressed. I really remember Gary Busey from now, and I don't know if he was what happened, but he's nuts now. But watching him actually act in a somewhat sensical role at the beginning of the movie, and you're like,
yeah,
this is weird because he just seems completely normal. And then he starts to become a little bit more what I'm used to now later on in the movie. But
yeah,
you can tell that back when this movie was made, he was still pretty sane. He could act. He did a pretty good job.
The only other movie I could think of him in right off the top of my head was Black Sheep.
Never seen it. Never seen Black Sheep.
With that
wasn't with Tom with
Chris Farley.
That was
Chris
Black
Farley
Sheep. Okay. So I have seen Black Sheep.
Black Sheep is the one. That's the movie where Chris Farley is the senator's brother, or the guy that's going for the Senate, and they send him and the assistant off, which was the short guy that was in all
David Spade.
Yes, Spade. Yeah. And they run into this crazy army guy that's into conspiracies, and that's Gary Busey.
Man, what year was that? Can we retro movie? I haven't seen that movie in so long.
I'm pretty.
If that was pre-95, sure. We need to add that to the list. We need to add it to the list. We'll definitely check that out. I don't know.
96. It misses it by a year if we go by our 95 rule.
Well. We had a shot. Next year we can review movies from 96 and before. We've got 7 more months, so.
But to get back to Under Siege, my favorite quote in this movie is when he looks at the laundry guy.
Uh-huh.
He's like, "This isn't a job; it's an adventure."
Right. I liked, and I thought this was the most cheesy '90s line. I'm just the cook.
Yeah.
I was like, that's the line.
When they find out midway through that he's a frickin' Navy SEAL.
Yeah.
And you're like, how did we miss this?
Right, yeah. He was the cook, and he's like, I'm just the cook. And then she goes, we're gonna die. Oh, what I know Common Sense Media doesn't have anything, but what does Metacritic have on it? What did they?
I do have that up. So Metacritic gave it 17 critic reviews gave it a 58.
Gross. Okay. Not very good.
17 users gave it a 7.4.
Okay.
So they gave it
that 7.4 is a little reasonable. I could see that. I would probably give it close to a 7.4, I think. If it would be close.
Yeah.
You know.
I know I like going back and watching some of these early to mid-90s movies. Yeah. And there's so many older actors that's like, I know that guy.
Yeah.
I've seen that guy in a lot of 90s movies. It's like, wow, forgot about that guy. The Tommy Lee Jones' assistant, the guy that got shot on the submarine late in the movie.
I recognized him. What do I recognize him from?
I don't know where I've
seen him. I was hoping you would tell me. I purposely didn't even look it up. I'm like, I know this guy, but I did not look it up.
I've seen him in so many movies.
I did notice that I was watching it, and did you ever watch Breaking Bad? Did you ever watch that?
I did not watch Breaking Bad. No.
Well, you see, for everybody that watched it, there was a character in Breaking Bad whose name was Tuco. The actor that plays Tuco is in this movie, but he is like a little scrawny young dude, and it just blew my mind. I was watching the show, and I could see him, and it took me about 75% of the way into the movie, and I asked my wife, I was like, is that Tuco? And she goes, Tuco Salamonte? And I'm like, yeah. And she's like, I don't know. And she looked it up, and sure enough, it was him. And he was just a baby. He was just probably, I don't know, 18, 19-year-old. He was the Hispanic guy who was like his buddy who was in the whites. He made it to the end. He was one of the guys that they rescued.
Damien Chapa?
I don't know. I couldn't tell you his name.
No, that's the actor's name. That's not who you're looking at.
Okay. I don't know. Whoever played Tuco in Breaking Bad he was that guy in Under Siege. But it was crazy. It was like, oh my goodness.
So Colomini is the guy I'm thinking of.
What's he in? Or what is he famous for?
Looking at nothing that I like. Oh, he was in Con Air. That's another one. That's a 97.
I haven't seen Con Air.
You've never. We might break our rule just to watch Con Air.
Oh gosh,
hair, dude. The hair.
We can watch. We can watch more than.
You need to. You need to find and watch Con Air. Over here soon, and this guy has not been in anything that's like, oh my gosh, that's what he's been in, because he's been in everything.
Oh yeah, he's just one of those guys.
Yeah, he's just that guy that's in. He's a side role in. Oh, he was in I think he was in some of Star Trek Enterprise with Patrick Stewart.
Okay, that's probably where I know him from.
Because he's in Encounter at Fairpoint in '87, which is a Star Trek.
Okay, I'm not a Trekkie, but I've probably seen it enough to recognize him.
He was in that Star Trek special called Star Wars, the Battle of the Star War.
Oh goodness!
Canceled.
Absolutely. We should. All right. Let's be Common Sense Media. They don't have a review on Under Siege. Let's give our own ratings. So, we'll each give our own positive role model. What do you think? Positive role model.
I'd give that one a 5 out of 5. I mean, how can you not think that guy is a positive role model? Come on now.
Okay, you can be that guy. I would if I was a Common Sense Media reviewer, I would give it a 2 pizza roll. I would give it a 2 out of 5. Cuz he's a hero who's been through some stuff to come back to some kind of something, but he completely disrespects anybody in authority. He's arrogant. I don't know. I would say a 2 out of 5. If I was a Common Sense Media person, just giving my honest review.
Oh, you want me to think?
Well, if you were employed, if Common Sense Media is like, hey, Travis.
Oh no, they'd never employ me.
Yeah. So because if you give them a 5 out of 5, that's fine. That's fine. If that's what you give them. What else do they have? Positive messages. What do you give them? Positive message.
Ooh, that one wouldn't be very high. I don't want to give that one probably a 2.
See, I would give it a 0. I would be like, what positive message is there? That I don't know. I would give it a 0, but then say that you can fall from grace but have some kind of redemption. I don't know. There is some kind of redemption in that movie. Everybody that loves him dies, but he eventually gets some kind of recognition for his accomplishments.
He gets the girl at the end.
He kisses the girl at the end. Is that getting her? I don't know.
For a movie that never got a sequel and that was never thought of again after it was sold out in the bargain bin at Walmart.
Wait, I thought it did get a sequel, didn't it? Was there not an Under Siege 2?
I don't think so.
I'd Google that. I kind of remember seeing Under Siege 2, like a 2 in the middle. I don't know. I've never seen it, so.
No.
Oh. Well, okay.
Drinking, drugs, and alcohol. I'd only give that maybe a 1 or a 2.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Because they smoke some cigars. They may be drinking some whiskey or
right.
bourbon.
Yeah, when they were having.
I think
there was a little bit. So yeah, and then they had the party scene. But you know how the Common Sense Media is. If there's a party and people are acting like they could be drunk, Common Sense Media gives them a drunk point just for acting inebriated. So it probably would get a 3 because there was a little bit of whiskey, there was a little bit of cigar, and then there were people who were acting inebriated at a party. I don't know. Maybe it'd only get a 2. I don't know.
I'd give it a 2.
2's
I sit corrected. There were 3 of them.
There were 3 under. Oh my gosh! When was the most recent one made?
Well, two was released in '95,
Okay.
and then
And was Steven Seagal in all of them?
I guess the third one never did release.
Aw.
There was only two of them.
That's sad.
Okay, they were planning Under Siege 3 in the early 2000s, and it never got out of the water.
Oh, you went there. Oh, how funny.
But sex. I'd give it a 5. There was some boobers.
There was a fraction. I would give it a 3.
I feel like Common Sense Media. I feel
It was like 2 seconds of boobs. 2 seconds.
But I feel like Common Sense Media, like when she pops out of the cake. I mean, I feel like Common Sense Media at least give it a 3 or 4.
Yeah, I would give it a 3 because there was like 2 seconds of boobs. There was a little bit of tushy, but there were clothing over the tushy. And then there was a lot of remarks about like a Playboy magazine was shown, but there was nothing shown on the Playboy. It was just the magazine. You couldn't see anything, but you knew it there.
You can keep that.
Yeah. So, I mean, obviously they were checking the centerfold. You couldn't see anything. So I think just that, I think it would get a 3, but there really wasn't a whole, and then they kissed at the end, and that's, that's noteworthy.
I'm thinking language is going to get you a 5.
Yeah, I would say language is a 5. I would say so.
It's a rated. It's an R movie, so
yeah.
There's a lot of language.
Yeah. Violence, 6 out of 5.
Yeah, like as many stars.
What?
As many stars as you can.
Yeah, there was some stuff that was like really graphic. Like there was some. I was like, I kind of like, oh, gross. Okay. I can't believe you did that.
Okay, so I will admit I probably saw this movie back in like the '90s. Was the last time I watched this movie. So it's been a while. And as soon as him and the girl walk into that like production area where the guy's using the bandsaw, and they're like, my first thought is somebody's going in that bandsaw. Yeah. He's pushing somebody in that bandsaw.
See, that caught me off guard. That completely caught me off guard. I was not expecting that.
Because every time I'm around a bandsaw in real life, I'm like, somebody's going into that bandsaw.
It scarred you for life.
I'm not gonna push someone purposely in, but I'm thinking, man, that could happen.
Oh my goodness, yeah, that caught me by surprise. I was like, ooh, my goodness.
Then when that one of the I-beams that he dropped from a height,
yes,
and it landed on that guy and just impaled him.
Yep. Yeah, but that was when you did see coming because you saw the guy, and then the camera immediately goes up, and then you just saw this jagged beam. It's like, why is it so pointy? And then it goes up, and you see the rope with the little knot that all you have to do is like breathe on it, and it loosens up. And you're like, yeah, that's going in that guy's head. And sure enough, whoops, crush. So yeah, it gets all the violence points. All the violence points. What else? Did we hit all of them? Was that all of their... Consumerism. I would give it a 1 because there was that line where they were trying to promote the Navy, and he's like, this is an adventure. Like, calling back to, like, because the guy was like, I don't want to do this, Like, this is...
It's not your...
Yeah, exactly. So he kind of called back to the old commercial, the Navy commercials, so I'd give it a 1.
Great movie.
It was very good.
Just a great movie.
It was not as cheesy as I thought it was going to be. So, kudos to Steven Seagal, Gary Busey, Tommy Lee Jones. Y'all did great.
The straight up knife fight at the end between him and Tommy Lee. That was like freaking awesome. I'm like, I don't know how you guys aren't just. I'd be cutting myself here.
Well,
how are you blocking a knife with a knife that's this long?
Yeah,
it's like.
It was good. So good. So good. So that was our Common Sense BD review. Thank you, everyone. Next week.
What are we watching? What are we doing next week?
Next week, we're doing Hook.
Hook.
An amazing, amazing movie with the late, great Robin Williams. I'm excited.
I'm going on record right here to say the best Peter Pan movie ever made.
Best Peter Pan movie ever made?
Yeah, you can't get better than that. And I'm even going live action and cartoons. I mean,
yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's really good. The original Disney is pretty good.
Rufy.
Oh! Rufio was awesome. He was so cool. I wanted to be like him.
Have you seen pictures of that guy? Like now,
No.
he just looks like a guy he looks like Rufio. I don't know, it's the same guy, so it's like, but he still looks like Rufio, but like in his 50s. Like he hasn't changed. He just looks like a wrinkled version of that character.
That's hilarious. That's funny.
So
Yeah, watch it with us. If you've never seen it, it's fantastic. If you have seen it, you know it's fantastic. I'm excited about watching.
if you haven't seen that movie, I have one thing to say to you. What are you doing with your life?
In fact, we brought you here for intervention.
Yeah.
Sit right there. Call us up on Discord. Or just look at all of our videos, our Discord links in the video, and join in. Join in, message us, and we'll let you know. We'll let you in. We'll talk about it. What's going on? Why haven't you seen it?
Hey, Austin.
Yeah.
You want to see something that's a secret?
Yeah.
I was gonna send that to the. Sorry, I'm distracted right now. Me and my wife are in a GIF war on Messenger right now. I gotta send one back. Here, this might drop before this episode drops.
Okay.
Depends on how lazy I am. I'm gonna show a short video here.
Oh my goodness. Okay. How exciting. What are we about to watch?
Something new. Something new that's gonna drop on the channel this weekend.
All right. Oh snap!
Welcome to Gaming with the Pantless podcast. I'm Travis.
I only recorded that like 6 times. That opening.
Wanting to get back in.
I need more volume. I can't hear you.
Here, we're gonna do a Pokemon Red.
Nice.
Let's play.
Is that better? It might be quiet.
I have not played Red in a long time.
I can hear it pretty good.
Yeah.
May not.
It's quiet to me. You're being
Okay.
very sensual. Like I feel like you're trying to seduce
That's
me.
fair. Hey, you know what? If you want to hear what I'm saying, be here when the episode drops. I might try and premiere that episode.
Nice, fantastic. When is this going to drop? When is this going to drop?
This might drop Saturday or Sunday.
Okay.
So if you're watching this video's probably already dropped.
Okay, gotcha.
I realized that after. Like, oh, I'm gonna show this preview. Oh crap, this might actually be already out before this episode drops.
Yeah.
But we were talking this afternoon about my layout.
Yeah.
And this is what I was talking about. As the playthrough goes, because this is a Nuzlocke,
Right.
I will in the slots, that'll be the party that I'm currently running.
Okay.
So my starter will go up into one, my next one I catch, and I'll throw pictures in there. And if one faints and I have to release it, it'll go away. And if I change my party, but that's a visual representation for when viewers are watching it, they can see what is in my party as I'm going through.
Nice.
And you can see what game I'm running.
Yeah.
You
I
know,
like it because
I chose Red.
uh-huh.
I want this series to go through the first 3 generations.
Mm-hmm. And beyond, maybe.
If it can, I say this now. If these Nuzlocks gain some traction and we start getting some views on it, I will purchase a capture card and do a Nuzlocke on Shield on the Switch.
Ooh, nice.
But I will warn, these games look rough. They're awesome to play, but the graphics, it's in black and white. I have the game audio turned off because I play at a little bit faster speed. Because in emulation you can speed the game up, and the sounds just sound the music speeds up with the speed up of the emulator.
Right.
So the music's at like ×5 speed.
Nice.
So it just doesn't sound right. I think I'm gonna underlay a song quiet like underneath if it doesn't drown out my
vocals.
So yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna play with the edit.
Yeah. Do that.
But what I was saying, I chose Red because yellow is not fun in a Nuzlocke because you don't get to pick your starter.
I think that makes it better.
No, I like to be able to pick my starter. So I picked Red to start, but when I get further through this, man, you all right over there?
Yeah.
You're on my screen. You're like jittering around.
How weird.
I'm not sure.
I don't.
This is like creeping me out.
How creepy? I don't know. I'm just hanging out. I
Okay.
don't know what's going on, man.
But I have on file. I have gold, silver, and crystal. I have the 3 games from Gen 2,
Okay.
and if we might run a vote. I've been trying to figure out how to do a poll on YouTube, and the only way I can figure out how to do a poll is through a video. I don't know how to do a poll on just the community page. Still trying to figure that out. But I want, if it gains traction, we get going with the Let's Play.
Yeah.
Let you guys choose the next game in the Gen 2. And then when we get into Gen 3, I also have Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald. I have all 3 of those as well.
Okay.
So the Gen 2 is going to be a very long playthrough because it's essentially 2 games in one.
I've never played the Gen 2 games. Why is it 2 games in one?
What? So I'm horrible at the regions, so I'm not even going to say what regions you get it. You start the game out and you go through and beat all 8 gyms in the new region, and you beat the Elite 4, and then it unlocks the train, and you get to go to, is it Kanto?
The first
Gen 1? You actually get to go to Kanto, and there's 8 more gyms that you can go beat.
Are they the original gym leaders?
Giovanni has been replaced with Gary, the rival from Gen 1.
Okay. So he got beat.
And I think...
okay.
Because Giovanni gets ran out of town in Gen 1. Spoilers. If you don't know the story of these originals, I'm not gonna...
Right.
I say
but
that
Gary is the champ in Gen 1. So
who's that?
So Gary's the champ in Gen 1. So is it because your character in Gen 1 beats Gary, then he falls to be the 8th gym leader?
After you defeat those 8 gyms, and then you go to a new area right between both maps on top of a mountain, and you have to fight Red.
Oh, okay.
And he's got all level 100s.
Okay.
And he's got, his Charmander. He's got Charmander. I don't remember his full party, but he's got a full party of 6, and they're all 100s, like max levels.
Dang.
And that's like
that's the pin.
You beat him, and you beat the game.
Ah, how crazy! That sounds amazing.
It's touted as probably the best game and most full adventure complete game.
Yeah.
Of any of the generations. If you can get gold or silver, you can get them on DS, Heart Gold, Soul Silver. Fantastic games.
Okay.
I gotta send a meme to my wife real quick. You
send a meme to your wife.
We're...
So while you're doing that, I am going to announce that we are going to open up we're going to be sending out invitations, sending out the link for our fantasy football league. Now, anybody that is already in one of our fantasy leagues, I'm going to send out the link either today or tomorrow. So everybody that's already in will get early access to join the football league. But then when this video drops Monday, everybody else, if you're watching, if you're listening, you can join the football league as well. I have a feeling, I've heard a lot of people talking about the football league. There's a lot of people in our leagues that are waiting on football, and then a lot of people that said that they weren't interested in hockey, baseball, or basketball, but they were interested in football. I really think the football league is going to fill up, and this could be a massive league. And we've decided that we are going to cap it out 20 teams max. So if you want in, get in.
Were you able to change that?
I can. I'm going to leave it right now. I'm not going to get arrogant and say, oh, we're going to fill it up and have all 20. I'm going to keep it small, and I can always add if
you can.
Yeah, you can add whenever.
Okay, I didn't know if you could adjust that or if you had to cancel the league and start all over.
No, I can add whenever. So if we start getting pretty full pretty early, I can get additional teams. But we are going to cap out at 20, and then that'll be it.
Go ahead, Austin. Yeah. Go ahead and brag about hockey.
Well, let me say this. Yes, I did win the hockey league. I did win. It was a thing. But in the first 2 leagues, basketball and hockey, you and I both are averaging second place. So
I finished second place in both leagues.
I know, and I finished first and third, so I'm averaging second place.
Oh, okay.
So we're both averaging second place in our first 2 leagues.
For this being literally the basketball league being the first fantasy sport I had ever done, and also the hockey being the second. I never
Right.
and knowing absolute nothing about either sport.
Can you name a hockey player yet?
Philip Grubauer,
Oh,
he
okay.
was my goalie.
There you go. Okay. Good job. I could name my goalie too because he sucked. His name was, I don't know his first name, but he was Trask. He was Boston Bruins goalie. He was terrible, but he was on ESPN's undroppable list, and I could not drop him the whole season. He was so bad.
I had my other goalie, Carey Price. He was average. He was a goalie. For the first half of the season, he was averaging negative points. And on that flipping ESPN undroppable list, I'm like, I want to get rid of this guy. Oh wait, no, I can't. But yet, get this. Explain this to me. Those two goalies in hockey were undroppable, right? Baseball let me drop Kershaw.
That's ridiculous. I don't understand why baseball would let you drop Kershaw. That doesn't make any sense to me. It makes zero sense.
Oh no, I now know he's the best player in all baseball.
Yeah, he will probably go down as one of the best pitchers of all time.
Actually, I was watching a sports show, and the best player in all of baseball right now is that
Mike Trout.
Kid's name?
What?
No,
don't tell me no and not.
No,
Mike Trout's
he's a pitcher.
A pitcher? No. Stop it.
He's that pitcher he's leading the league in pitching, and he's actually leading the home run.
Yeah, you're talking about from the Angels, Ahanti or Santi.
Yeah.
He's leading the league in home runs. Yeah, that's awesome.
And he's like the top-rated pitcher.
Meh.
Like in stats, he's the stat leader for several stats in pitching as well.
Right. He might be.
And he's leading the MLB in home runs, and they're saying that this guy, if right now, best player in all baseball.
I don't think that.
But if he can sustain it, they're touting the next.
Right. That's what I say. I don't think that's happened. That anybody's been that successful at batting and pitching since Babe Ruth. It hasn't happened.
And I always
there's no way.
I always forget that Babe Ruth was a pitcher.
Right. Because he wasn't. He did a lot of things. He wasn't solely a pitcher, but he was a pitcher, and he was fairly successful. He was, if you could pitch at that level, then you've got to at least be halfway decent. But yeah, I did. He's I don't know that I would say best ball player, but he's leading the league in home runs, and he's a fairly decent pitcher. And I have him.
In our league?
I do. He's on my team. And so I'm very grateful.
Do you get points for his pitching and batting?
I don't think so. It seems like I will get his pitching points when I put him at pitcher, and I get his batting points when I put him as a batter.
So you can put him. Is he? I'm looking up here.
He's a designated hitter and a pitcher. So I can only put him as my utility player on my regular roster. And then if I want him to be a pitcher, I have to bench him from a utility player and then add him as a pitcher. So it's not like football where you get all of the points racked up if they're dual players. You have to see, okay, when is he starting pitching? Okay, I think he'll score more points. But heck, with how he's batting, a lot of times he scores more points batting than he does pitching. It's crazy.
Shohei Ohtani.
Yeah. He's pretty impressive.
So I guess, is it one of those things where, because he's not going to pitch every night, but he's going to bat every night.
Exactly.
So I guess you want to put him as a pitcher when he's pitching?
More than likely.
And a batter every other day?
Yeah, and it's you want to kind of look, if they're playing a tough team, I would just keep him as a batter, just so he, if they get a couple dings off of him or whatever as a pitcher. But if he's playing a weak team, then I would definitely put him as a pitcher if he's starting, just for those pitching points.
Oh, yesterday he threw a negative. He gave you a -3 batting, but 23 pitching.
And I don't think I started him pitching yesterday. I didn't know he started pitching yesterday. Yeah. Fantastic.
Or is it?
Did I?
Oh, he pitched. Oh, he pitched on the 19th, 9 points. The 11th, he did 23 points.
Dang.
But yesterday on the 20th, he gave you a -3 batting. Gross. And 0. It's like 0 on the game tonight. If he
probably didn't.
Oh, they're in the 5th right now.
Okay.
So
I don't know if he started.
I started paying more attention to baseball since it's the only league running right now. But I forget I go like multiple days and forget that. Oh wait, I gotta pay attention to this.
Right?
My wife threw out a Richard Simmons meme. This is getting
Oh my
serious.
goodness. What are you gonna reply back? How do you
Oh,
reply to Richard Simmons? Are you gonna oh the black cat? Oh my goodness.
Oh, really?
Snap.
And she did a Gina Davis back. Man, we could totally go down. We could totally throw down some Earth Girls Are Easy one week.
That's a
Have you ever seen that movie?
I believe I did one time. That's Jeff Goldblum, right?
Goldblum, Jim Carrey, and Damon Wayans,
Oh,
and Gina Davis. That movie is like 100% 80s.
yeah.
And that's one of those weird comedy roles that Jeff Goldblum does.
Right. I mean, he's kind of comedic anyway. Even when he's trying to be serious, he's pretty funny.
But that's one of those like odd roles for him. And I think that's one of Jim Carrey's first box office movies.
Right?
Like
I think it would be.
I don't
Yeah, it probably would be.
because him and Damon Wayans was doing In Living Color at that time. And I think that was his breakout into film.
Yeah. Yeah. So what do you think, man? Do we have anything else?
I did, but
What do you got?
I don't remember. Music.
Oh,
Let's-
music. Yeah, music.
Music.
I haven't listened to anything.
I have a feeling our fans would have rioted if
I
fan. Now,
I think so. You know who you are. Yeah. You're right. They would have said, "Hey, you didn't add anything to your Spotify playlist." I listen. I bet we have people that listen to it religiously every
I would-
week. Oh, there it is. Nice.
Steve Harvey had to reply.
And
She's gonna throw out Richard
It's up
Simmons.
to,
I'm
like,
going Steve
our
Harvey.
Spotify playlist, I think, is up to close to 4 hours now. And if we
Really?
don't add another band or another song to it, somebody's going to get upset because they don't like that monotony of it all. They're just like, hey, I've been working out for 5 hours and I've heard the same song play, a couple times.
Hey,
So
I mean, if you want, there's a band I was listening to this week,
okay,
and if you want to do a get up and go workout song,
yeah,
their one and only single
yeah.
was a great get up and go song.
What is it?
Have you heard of a song? Have you heard of a Christian band called Press Play?
Press play. I don't think so.
Okay, they had a song a couple years back called New York to LA.
New York to LA.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I was listening to their New York to LA album. I have it on my computer.
Uh huh.
They're kind of a hip hop, rap, fusion, weird,
Okay.
also a little bit of contemporary Christian mixed in, and they're like all over the
Okay.
place. Male and female lead singers. They've got a couple dudes that come in and rap for it. They got like 30-some people in their band. It's weird.
Okay.
Like whoever they pull off the street to sing for them or something. I
Right.
don't really know.
Right.
But look up New York to LA by Press Play.
Okay. I have already added it to our Spotify playlist. It's already
Oh.
on there.
That's fair.
We are up to 4 hours and 36 minutes. So if you're working out for 5 hours,
Um,
we're getting close to giving you a new song. You will never hear a repeat during your 5-hour workout. We're almost there. So
Hold on.
keep
Give me a
keep
minute.
it going.
See if I can find it. I can find something else. Well, you said we're like 30 minutes away from 5,
24
right?
minutes. We're 24 minutes.
Yeah.
So that's like,
I don't know too many 25-minute songs.
well, yeah. I mean, you could pick a couple Metallica songs or a couple Leonard Skinner songs. They can last.
Yeah.
Should we just throw Freebird in there? That'll give us a big chunk. Big chunk. I think I'm going to do it. I'm going to add Freebird just to see what it does to our time. If I can. I don't know. They
What
might
is
be
that?
too
What's that?
famous.
Is that 10 or 11 minutes?
Let's see. It went, so we are now at 4 hours and 40. So it was 9 minutes. It was a 9-minute song.
Nice.
So we only need 15 more minutes.
What was that? What was that song I heard a long time ago? I've never listened to it. I just heard about it. It was I can't remember the name of the artist, but there's a song called "The Wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald." It's like
gosh, the wreck of the I don't know. I've never heard of it.
it fit on 2 8-tracks.
Oh my gosh. Okay. All right. By
That was
Gordon.
a joke. That was a
I'm
joke.
gonna add it.
Gordon Lightfoot.
Yeah, I'm adding it. It's
How long is that song? That song is massive.
so we went.
I think I tried.
It wasn't bad. It's 7 minutes. So
Oh, it's only
Yeah.
7. Okay, I thought it was longer.
we're
than
at
that.
4 hours and 52 minutes. So
I'm gonna have to jump in there and listen to that song because I haven't heard that song in I think I've only listened to like the first couple minutes and went, "What am I doing with my life?"
Yeah, you're gonna have to.
Somebody's gonna be
You're
working.
gonna have to
somebody's gonna
listen
be
to
working
it.
out and
You're gonna
pumping
need
iron.
Spotify Premium if you want to listen to that song directly, because otherwise you can just listen to our playlist and it's completely randomized,
Yeah.
and you will get one of our many songs.
Somebody's gonna be pumping iron to Freebird, just jamming, and all of a sudden that song's gonna come on, and they're gonna be like, "The hell."
Yes. I hope it happens. If it does happen, email us at thepantlasspodcast@gmail.com or tweet us
Yeah.
at thepantlasspod1.
Heck yeah.
Come over, follow us on the Twitter.
Our Twitter has not moved in followers
Yeah, what's the deal?
in ages. Does nobody use Twitter these days?
I don't think so.
And for you audio people, I just threw my hands up. I'm looking at you, audio.
Yeah,
people.
and he is. I saw him looking at you. He is looking at you.
Feel these eyes. Feel these eyes burning through your ear holes.
Your souls.
Yeah.
I think you
Hey.
accidentally said holes.
Yeah, your ear
Oh,
holes.
those. Okay, got you. Okay,
Ear
gotcha.
holes.
All right, yeah, we're straight.
If you listen to us on any of the podcast things, whatever those
Yeah.
are, channels,
Yeah.
apps, come follow us
Yeah.
at the Pantless Pod
Yep.
1 and tweet #you're an idiot.
There you go.
It'll give me a notification because I am an idiot.
That way we know who our audio people are. I like that.
Yeah.
And if you're on YouTube, come over,
Still come over. Yeah.
and then #you're an idiot, but misspell your, and then we'll know that those are our YouTubers.
It'll echo back. You're an idiot. You're an idiot. I'm an idiot. You're an idiot.
We're getting a little flying circusy over here now.
No, that was How the Grinch Stole Christmas with Jim
Oh,
Carrey.
was it? Okay.
Yeah.
Which we reviewed in one of
Yeah.
our previous episodes around Christmas time. I don't remember which one it was. Go back
That'd
and look
been-
it up.
that'd
It'll be in
been-
there. You'll see it.
That'd been, what was that, season 1?
I think it was season
Yeah.
1 because first season started in November of some year.
That was that episode you called Key Party.
Yeah, go look up Key Party.
Episode 6. That would have been in the first season.
Yes.
Before we had seasons.
Yeah.
Before I
Back
completely
before seasons
just
were a
messed
thing.
up the live stream. Yeah.
How funny.
So
Funny.
yeah. Go watch my Let's Play of The Long Drive.
Yes.
And
The Let's Play
actually,
of Pokemon. Go watch the Let's Play of Pokemon.
Yeah, that not there yet.
No, it
but-
will be.
we're getting
It'll be there when they're watching
It
this.
will be.
So go watch it.
And I need you guys, call to action right here. I need you guys to get on any way you want to contact us and tell Austin you want him to start his own Let's Play.
Oh snap!
And just find some random game that you want him to play.
Man, if that's, I think I could probably find one. You know, we'll talk about it. I'm a Zelda guy, and I bet I could find some Zelda game that I haven't played in a long time. I don't know, Minish Cap or something. Maybe I could jump into that.
Yeah.
I'll figure something out. If you want to see somebody that hasn't played Minish Cap in ages.
I might actually watch you play that one because I'm a horrible person. The first Zelda I ever played was Breath of the Wild.
Shut your mouth. Are you serious?
Yeah.
Wow.
I never was. I never played Zelda.
Wow.
Was not a Zelda fan.
That's crazy. All right.
There was a couple. I think I tried to play the original Zelda on the Game Boy a couple times. I was like, that's boring, and I kicked it off. Never owned a GameCube.
Mhm.
Only played Wii Sports on my Wii,
Uh-huh.
and the Wii U was garbage.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, I never sat down and I've never beaten a Zelda either. I didn't beat Breath of the Wild.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I got like 3. I got all the way. I think I needed to defeat one more Guardian, then go to Ganon. And I'm like, I think a different game came out for the Switch, and I was like, I guess I'll go buy that. And
Yeah.
because I think for the first 6 months that I owned my Switch, Legend of Zelda was the only game I had for it.
Yeah. You can put
And
in time.
as soon as they were like started dropping new games, I was like, well, I guess I'm not playing Zelda anymore. But yeah.
We'll see. I'll
you wanna
see
see
if I can make something happen. You might have to help me out with that. That's
Hey, you guys need to tell him you want to see it.
Yeah, that's a good point.
You want
Yeah, I'm not motivated if
You
I
wanna
don't see
see
any
more than this
comments. If
face.
I don't see any comments, where's my motivation? If I don't see any comments, a tweet, a comment, an email, and then I'll think about it. But right now, I'm just thoroughly enjoying Travis's Let's Plays. So
That's fair.
yeah, there's nothing I like more than a long drive,
And that
killer
game is,
bunny rabbits, and lots of desert.
that game almost made me throw stuff the other day.
Snap.
I was so mad. I was playing my non-recording file.
Uh-huh.
I wasn't recording. I was just playing around in the desert.
Yeah.
And I exited the game, reloaded my file, and my car was gone.
What?
Like it glitched into the floor and disappeared. I was in the middle of the desert, no buildings anywhere near me, no vehicle.
Oh, did
And
you do like the turn it off and turn it back on thing and see if it?
Yeah. Oh yeah. No. Yes. I closed the entire game out, reloaded the file, car gone.
Wow.
And that I had probably put close to 5-6 hours.
Oh my gosh, that would be awful. So what do you? Are there other vehicles? Are you able to like scavenge? How are you able just to start walking, or would you just die?
No, I could start if I had the will to continue that playthrough. I'd just start walking through the desert till I found something. But yeah, that's a deleted file.
Wow.
Start over.
Wow, it's rough.
Twizzler.
Twizzler, that's a green Twizzler. What flavor is that? Apple, watermelon,
Key lime pie.
Okay, that's random. I didn't even know that was a thing.
I didn't either.
You're like, I just eat them. I don't know.
I was walking through the store the other day and like, that sounds disgusting. Let's get those. Also, into this here, there is a game that I've been trying to get Austin to play. It's a co-op game. Tweet that you want to see Austin play a game with the both of us. And stop being lazy.
Yeah.
Stop doing important stuff with your family and play more
Stop
games
being
with your
lazy and
friends.
start tweeting us. That's what I'm hearing. All of y'all are being lazy. We don't get any Twitter action. Like I don't even care
not
if you.
unless I tweet
yeah,
something.
like I don't even care. It could be a bot. Like give us a bot that would just randomly tweet us stuff. I don't even care. You could be trying to sell us something. Try to sell me like a cheap T-shirt from Wish. I don't care. Just give us something. Like, hey, would you like this cool T-shirt of this Pikachu from Wish? And then I'll order a size large, and it like will be too small for my 8-year-old son.
That's funny.
You know who you are. You do that.
Oh, yep. Well,
That's yeah.
I think that's all we got for today.
Yeah, I think so. We'll cut it. Watch Hook with us.
Yeah.
Tweet us. Just for fun. Tweet us. And
Heck
we'll
yeah.
see you guys next time.
Have a good one.
Bye.
Bye.